So yes, I'm Dave McAllister. I work for Nginx. I'm an open source technologist, and I'm not going to talk about Nginx at all. This is the thing around correlations. And if you were in my talk yesterday, you heard a little bit about how correlations can be weird. So correlations can get caused by data dredging, looking at all the data, lots of items of data to find out whatever you want to prove. Given enough data, you can find anything you want. And so we're going to look at some of the really strange ones that have shown up over the years. A couple of math terms. R is the coefficient, Pearson's coefficient. How much do they move together? R squared, how predictable? If one moves, does the other one move? And then finally, is there something else that could account for this? Could it occur randomly? This, by the way, is what R looks like. So yes, my favorite correlation of all time. Does drinking cause marriage? Marriage cause drinking? We really don't know, but this is a confounding variable. It literally is because the population increased. So we all work with the internet. Websites on the internet and wind power generated globally. Has been a fairly standard curve here. You know what causes this? Cat videos. And by the way, just because I decided to check this, this is the same thing with solar power. So yes, cats are definitely responsible for generating of power all over the place. Pretty high correlation, pretty high movement base. A little bit of functionality flicking around. Okay, do you use spaces or tabs in your coding? People who use spaces make more money, by the way. Tabs, or if you use both, you're kind of sort of in the same category as tabs. So don't use tabs. It'll affect you. And by the way, the same thing happens if you look at this from a viewpoint of different functionalities or different languages. So use closure up there at the top and use spaces and you're golden for that. So this one was kind of interesting. Chess ratings worldwide versus the amount of protein consumed in wherever it was, I've forgotten where it was, Norway for this. So as chess ratings go up and down, so does the Norway uses eating foods. Messy goals versus French labor marketplace. Pretty accurate functionality, and you know he is getting a little on in years, so it might be a possibility that we're going to continue to see this decline. Okay, Internet Explorer versus murder rates. Did y'all know that Internet Explorer caused murders to occur? Everybody who's ever worked on Internet Explorer understands exactly where that one comes from, especially if you were in the IT space doing support. Okay, I come from San Francisco. Capita in Canada, how much money they make versus the wins for San Francisco. This year, Canada's GDP must be down because the 49ers are not doing particularly well this year. So that's there. Yeah. If you look at this, the number of pirates directly relates to the average global temperature. We need more pirates because we've only got 17, and look how much has climbed up inside of that. So over that time. Likewise, in the US, imported lemons directly relate to automobile fatalities. So do we do away with lemons altogether and so we don't have a 0 point, or do we get lots more lemons because it's going down over time? Fossil fuels in Germany, marriage rate in California. I have no idea what this one is all about, but it obviously relates to it. Not a great coefficient, but pretty interesting data. And then UFO sightings versus automobile recalls with powertrain issues. Expect this one to go up. The DOD, the US DOD released their UFO report, and now all of a sudden people are reporting UFOs all over the place. And so we can expect to see that one go up. Number of umpires and referees in Massachusetts, crocodile attacks in Southeast Asia and Australia. I am a ref. I understand why people want to sick their crocodiles on me. I've never worked in Massachusetts, fortunately, so that's a good sign. And then we have chocolate consumption per capita and the number of Nobel Prizes won over time. And as you can see, Switzerland and Sweden are leading in that category of eating chocolate, which must be brain power. And then finally, sort of summing up here, if you dislike licorice, you probably understand HTL. If you can't type without looking at a keyboard, you prefer thin crust pizzas. And by the way, if you prefer soft serve ice cream, you probably don't like roller coasters. So that's all the functionality. And finally, remember, 90% of every problem is caused by somebody being right-handed. With that, thanks for your 5 minutes, and I will turn this over to the next person.